My sisters and I have been waiting for you. How about we take you along to the tranquility pool? Hello, and welcome to ancient Lemuria. This is what it used to look like all those years ago, and now it still looks the same, but it exists on a higher density. We knew you'd come eventually to see where it all began. There you get to relax and be very calm, comforted by the water. My sisters and I are going to tell you a story. It's a message that carries through into the modern day about our history, about our past, in what is known as the land of Mu. So, let's go. Come on. here we are in the tranquility pool. You can maybe get a sense of the energy that exists as a part of this place. Really, it is an infinity pool. Infinite, so it is. It holds within it the power to teach us lessons through emotions, through the emotional intellect. In the times of ancient Lemuria, we were all psychic. We came from the Pleiades cluster. We were the first star women to visit planet Earth. There is much speculation of what went on, where, how, when. But today I'm here to give you a message. One that will hopefully bring you truth about your history, about your present, about your future. During this adventure, as Pleiadians, we decided we were going to mix DNA with the Earthians because planet Earth was ready. Your species was ready to begin a new adventure. It was foretold because it was the way that all of us could evolve and continue to evolve. We started out as creatures that inhabited both the sea and the land, but we waited and waited and waited a very long time in the sea. And we spoke to you through Mother Nature from the sea until the day came that you wanted to know more. You wanted to have answers to your questions. And so you came to the water. You came to the stars. You wanted to know, where did you come from? And so you were ready to find the answers. As Lemurians, we were full feeling, high emotional intelligence, yet we did not fully inhabit the physical. We were of a further density than you. And so you couldn't necessarily see us in the physical. But many of you were somehow connecting with our energy through nature, through consciousness and the breath. We had and continue to keep secret our underwater temples, palaces. We have been here a long time. A very long time. And we've been waiting patiently. The earth, in her evolution of consciousness, in her grand rising and awakening, was calling for more emotion, calling for more spiritual awareness in the world. She was ready. And so were you. So, as I said, we decided we would bond our genetics together. And we would make the ultimate nature baby that was spiritually and emotionally capable of many grand things. We were all calling for a mission to solidify our futures. And the reason that we decided we were going to mesh our genetics together, we were going to form a new race, a new civilization, is because we knew that there was everything to gain from this. But there was no looking back. In your world today, many people look back, something they promised they wouldn't do, because they knew in the beginning, they knew that it was all worth it, that it was all going to be worth it. The journey and the destination had a purpose. But that's not to say that we knew that there wasn't going to be ways that we could fall off the path, because there are many. Fear is one of them. But as these races had never met before, these Earthians and star people, we acclimatized to everything that was here on Earth. And we knew that both sides, both races would benefit from this interaction, from this intermingling of life force. At the same time, we knew both sides, both races, would temporarily lose something. They would need to let go of a part of themselves that they had built up so strongly. And of course, this is something we saw many wars be fought over, is not wanting to let go of the things that they knew they needed to let go of. But the only way was to let go of those things and balance it with the two races, with the two ways of being, the masculine and the feminine, the shadow and the light, the stars and the sea, the ground and the sky. It is a natural path of evolution that you and many other planets like you are taking. So, as you can imagine, there were some road bumps along the way of adjusting to life in a whole new way. But once we surrendered and accommodated to these adjustments, throughout history we have made many, many great feats. And we have made many mistakes, though they have taught us much more than we could fully fathom about ourselves as family. We knew, and we know, the end result will be spectacular of who you are meant to become. That is why we chose what we chose. That is why we decided to come together as two races. Although there were many races, aliens, you like to call it, involved. And we are family to you. We would love if you could feel that way. Very much. So, about our way of life. We were a sisterhood deep in the ocean, until, of course, our men decided to join us. And so they did. And in the water it was spectacular because we used water to enhance our intentions. And if our intentions involved something like, say, creating a palace right before our eyes, we could do it. The water represents a physical Akashic records. I'm sure you've learned all about that recently. The Akashic records is like an instantaneous playground in the water when you can see it for its highest density. And so our way of life was brilliant, but there were those of us who were dissatisfied because we knew we had come to Earth with a mission and we weren't necessarily fulfilling it. We had to make a decision to meet you, and so we did. We wanted to share this consciousness with you. We wanted you to evolve into the being that you were naturally meant for. In our opinion, the perfect balance between nature, technology, and spirit is the natural evolutionary path of humanity. Though there are many paths that you can take, and we are impartial to your decision. One of the lessons that we bring to you now as this sisterhood, this brotherhood that was united, is that everything is, but especially was, hearable, seeable, and knowable. Therefore, there was no mask, there was no pretending, no faking. And so the lesson we bring to you today is how much of you can you be real with? Because for you to evolve to this place that we speak of, this place that we're from, this place that all of us are going, you have to be aware that everything is watching. Everything is real. and your heart knows it. That's why it speaks to you in the way that it does. Now, a word on the children. We know there is a big movement with the children going on for some of you right now, and this has been a long time coming, and we want you to know that the children will be safe. They will be here, and they will be the change. The hybrid children are really like your story in one of those Marvel comics. What was the name? Well, he was the bridge between the land and sea creatures. And so the children, our children, are the real bridge between extraterrestrial, between the sea, and between the land. That was the original agreement. We're already here. These beings, these star angels, we're here. What is not here yet is the union between the earth, the land, people, and the sea. The intuitional, the emotional, the spiritual people. But we have time. Through both the divine masculine and divine feminine, we will unite in our highest evolution. Nothing can stop it. You are your biggest roadblock in the way to it, though. You can stray along the path forever. We encourage you not to do this as much as possible. But there is always much to be learned down there, is there not? So, again, we're impartial to your decision. We respect you and honor you as family anyway. But if you do advance along your highest evolutionary path, that is how you meet your star family. Because they exist on the 5th dimensional level that you're climbing to and beyond. And the bridge between the land and the sea is what takes us there. The bridge between the masculine and feminine within is what takes us there. Remembering the choice we all made to unite our earth-sea consciousness, that is important. For if you're doing something without knowing why you're doing it, perhaps you'll question it very often. Perhaps you'll even stop it. You won't know to continue. But believe me, friends, that you chose this journey. We all did. We all are choosing our highest evolutionary path, even if it is skewed in darkness for some. We still move forward. And we're holding your hand. We're helping you to be right beside us all the way. It is about where we really come from. And about where we are going. Truth is the answer, and truth you will find within. The reason that we stray, get scared, is because we can fall. We can fall into other timeline densities, all of us. But we made this decision knowing that. And why do you think we made that decision, knowing how far we could fall? Because we knew how high we could reach. We knew that a mountain is no fun unless you climb it. Maybe it seems strange to some of you, but that is how conscious evolution works. Always has been, always will be. It's a steady boat that sails along the infinite waters you see before you. And steady it really is. We didn't want to just talk about it anymore. We wanted to do it. We wanted to see if we could do it. And here we are, doing it. Living in this modern day world together. Our only task is to stay on the path. What do you think? The stars are guiding us. Sky brothers, sea sisters are already here. If you're expecting to see them physically, think again. For you have to work on your psychic abilities. Remember the authenticity we spoke of? That will take you very far. Remember, at the highest level, everything is seen. At the lowest level, everything is heard. At the middle level, everything is known. Start being honest with yourself and with the world. And we'll be much better off for it, to use one of your terms. You can be contacted and controlled by those that would bring you down. Spirit, on the other hand, is taking care of it in every way that it possibly can. Be aware of your choices in every moment. And there is nothing and nothing and nothing can be taken from you.